remind you that next Tuesday, we do have an international dinner here, and at 7 o'clock on Tuesday night, our British guests will be here to perform Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, and it should be an exciting performance. This is a special performance tonight. I think everybody in the house knows that this year's performance at Wyndham National Jewett will be done overseas to Great Britain. We'll be representing our country in their country. We'll be taking a live performing arts piece to England, and we would like to take this moment to thank everybody in the community that has helped us to make this possible for the kids that go to school here in our town, in our school. So we really appreciate all the help you've given us to make this happen. During tonight's performance, the taking of flash pictures is strictly forbidden. Such photographic practice not only destroys the artistic quality and enjoyment of the play for others, but it also creates a clear danger to the actor's performance on stage. Therefore, anybody violating this rule will be asked to leave. Check your digital watches, which go beep beep on the hour. They are distracting. We hope you'll be absorbed in our play and not concerned about the time on somebody else's watch. The noise from opening candy wrappers, etc., is just a distraction to the performers. So please take care not to disturb others around you. Without further ado, welcome to this evening's performance of You Can't Take It With You.
But that don't seem to give the balloon enough time. A balloon need plenty of time. right.
It's not going to work. Mr. DePena.
Yeah.
If a girl you love ever entered into a monastery, what would you do?
I don't know. It's been so long.
Stop if you hope to dinner tonight. What? Oh, I don't know, people. Thank you. Well, I've got a place for her. She's only been home one night this week. Yes, I know. This has made some money today. She's doing something with the coconut. That's nice. Let's see. Sit. And this is the piano. And if this is Hong Kong comes, that makes 8, don't it? Yes, I'll bet that's 8. Reba, I think I'll put this stay away for a while. They'll be better when they're hard and I'll get to try some. I want to know what you think. Oh, they look lovely. What do you call them? Oh, I think I'll call them love dreams. Yes, that's nice. I'm going back to my foreplay, Essie. What do you think? How are you? Yes, you see, I sort of got myself locked up in this monastery, and I just couldn't get out. Oh, well, look, can't you? Never heard about that brothel? The snakes look lovely. Did we look Reba? I don't know. Reba? Did you see the snakes yet? No, he always brings flowers with him. Well, you better hurry before Grandpa gets home. You know how fussy he gets around it. Yes. Oh, in here. Take Harpo and Gato with you into the kitchen. Put the legal house at the love tree. Mama, be bothered around the table.
No thanks. I got watch.
I'm going back to my workman, Paul.
Oh, that's nice. We're going to put some red stars at the bottom and then the blue. That ought to do it.
You know, Mr. Collicott said one of the most promising pupil. You'd think with 40 months and one girl that something ought to happen.
Essie, hey, Essie.
I like it, Ed. Did you write it?
No, Vigo.
Oh, Mom, I don't want to do it. Oh, Ed, I made some candy this afternoon.
Yeah?
Yes, you can take them around tonight.
All right, here's the bed. This is it. How's that?
Right. Remember, Mr. Collicott comes, will you? Ed, dear, why don't you and Essie have a baby? I was thinking about it just the other day.
Oh, I don't know. I suppose we could have one if you wanted us to. What about it? You want to have a baby?
Oh, I don't care. I'll believe your empire.
Let's ask him. Please?
Labor play, religious play, sex play. I know there's some plays.
I was right about the moon. It wasn't too close to the town. No, it's just terrible.
Anything you want to bring to Mr. DePinham? Some more long cards, perhaps?
I know it ain't. I still got the first 1,000.
Well, call on somebody, will you?
All right.
Oh, Reba, what do we have for dinner? I'm ready to pick the menu.
Let's see. Cornflakes, fruit, some of that candy with sesame, some kind of meat. I forget.
I think I'll set it in the bold-faced Shelton hand tonight. Oh, you know, if I'm going to take those new candies around, I better pick up some descriptive matter after dinner.
Ed, dear, do you really think they read those things? You know, the ones you put in the candy boxes. Oh, here it is, my wordplay. Poison gas. That must be Donald. Look at Reba smile.
Boyfriend, hey, Reba?
You know, there are two Donald and Reba. They're sort of like Porgy and Bess.
Hello, Reba.
Donald!
Evening, everybody.
Hi, Donald. How have you been?
Pretty good, Mr. Ed. How you back in this morning?
Okay. Donald, were you ever in the monastery?
Oh, man, I don't go no place much. I'm all weak.
I guess, of course.
Here's a flag one, Reba. Oh, you mentioned that.
You sure did.
I see you've been working this thing, Mom.
Yes, indeed, Donald.
How's Grandpa?
Oh, he's just fine. He's over at Columbia this afternoon. The commencement exercises.
You certainly do roll right.
Yes, he-
M-E-A-T. What's he going there for all the time, Penny?
I don't know, Ed. It's just so handy. You know, right
kid to give us a hand?
Yes, sir. Only thing, yeah, I can't take no money for it, because the government gets up on our work.
Oh, all right. Say, yeah, I got a wonderful idea in the bathroom just now. I was reading Trotsky. It's yours, isn't it?
Yeah, I left it there.
Who is it?
You know, Trotsky, the Russian Revolution.
Oh.
Well, anyhow, I got to thinking, it'd be a great fireworks idea. The last days of Pompeii.
Why, yes, of course. Palisades Park, why, that's where we met.
Well, anyhow, I'm going to do the revolution. A full-hour display.
Hey!
Oh, that's wonderful.
The Red Fires the flag, eh? Sure, the Tsar and the Cossacks.
And free the slaves?
No, Donald, the Russian Revolution. Oh, hello, Grandpa.
Well, sir, you should have been there. That's all I can say. You should have been there.
Was it a nice commencement, Grandpa?
Oh, wonderful. They get better every year. You don't know how lucky you are.
Big classes here, Grandpa? How many were there?
Oh, must have been 2 acres. Everybody graduated. Yes, sir. Much funnier speeches than they had last year. You want to hear this speech? You up to hear 500, huh? I'll wait. They'll have that Columbia.
Donald, will you tell Reba that Grandpa's home now, and that we won't be waiting for Miss Alice?
Grandma, home. We can have dinner now.
Boy, Grandpa, wait till you see the new fire rocket we made today.
Evening, Grandpa. Evening, Mr. DeVita.
Mr. Bennett, didn't we make the fine skyrocket today?
We certainly did.
I wonder why they don't have fireworks at commencement.
Don't make enough noise. You take a good commencement order, and he'll drown down a whole carload of fireworks. And say, Mr. Bunch, too.
Don't the graduates ever get to say anything?
No. They just sit there with a cap and nightgown, get their diploma, and then along 40 years from now, they suddenly say, hey, where am I?
Hello, Grandpa. Have a nice day.
Hello? Have a nice day. And I'll even get kissed.
Excuse me, Grandpa.
I'll take a tomato, too. No, I could have used a couple of these this afternoon.
Father?
Oh, no thanks.
Mother? No thanks, dear.
Play something yet? All right.
There was a letter that came for you, Father. Did you get it?
A letter for me? I don't know anybody.
It was for you. Has your name on it.
That's funny. Where is it?
Why, look. Where's that one, Mother? What, dear? The letter that came from Grandpa last week. I don't know, but I remember seeing the kids on it.
Well, who is it from? You notice?
Of course, it was on the other side.
Well, who was it?
United States Government.
I wonder what they want.
There's a report of them from the same people. Actually, there's a couple of them.
Well, if any more come, I wish you'd give them to me.
Yes, Grandpa.
I think I'll go out to Westchester tomorrow and do a little snake hunting.
God is the state is God.
What's that?
God is the state's God.
Who says that?
Trotsky.
That's all right then. I thought you said it.
Good for printing now. Nice and short. G-O-D space I-S space
And so the beautiful princess came to the house and kissed her mother, her father, and her grandfather.
Hello, darling.
Hi, Grandpa. And what do you think? They turned to the Sycamore family. Surprise? Oh, Alice, I like it. Do you? It's new, isn't it? It looks nice and summery. Where'd you get it? Oh, I took a walk during lunch hour.
You've been taking an awful lot of walks. That's the second new dress I've seen this week.
I just like to brighten up the office every once in a while. I'm known as Kay Francis Curving Company. So, what's new around here in the way of plays, snakes,
not being home for dinner in 3 weeks.
Why, Sherlock Holmes. Oh, Alice, are you going to marry him? Oh, of course. Nice. Gee, well, I have to go and put on my wedding dress. Is he good looking? Yes. In a word. Oh, dear, what time is it? I don't know. Anybody know what time it is?
Mr. Depender might know.
It was about 5 o'clock 2 hours ago.
Oh, I ought to know better than to ask any of you people. Will you be sure to let me know the minute he comes? Yes, Alice. Yes, but I mean the minute he comes. Why, yes, of course. Well, be sure. Well, what do you think of that?
She seems to like him. You ask me.
She's got it bad. Wouldn't it be wonderful if she married him? We could have the wedding right here in this room.
Now, wait a minute, Teddy. This is the first time you even called for a girl.
Well, you won't be called from me once.
Yeah, but young people are different nowadays.
I don't know. Look at Anthony. He came to dinner once and just stayed. Anyhow, I think it's wonderful. Don't you, Grandpa?
Well, she certainly seems happy.
He must be crazy about her. Maybe he's the one calling for her every night. Oh, what? That must be him. Now remember what Alice said, everybody, and be very nice to him.
All right, all right. Let's take a look at him.
Well, let's turn it along. Here we are. I'm Alice's mother. This is Grandpa. This is Mr. Sycamore. This is Alice's sister, Effie, and her husband, and Carmichael. There. Now you know all of us. Now give me your hat and make yourself right at home.
I'm afraid you're making a mistake.
How's that?
My call.
Wilbur C. Henderson, Internal Revenue Department.
What can we do for you?
Mr. Vanderhoff is here.
Yes, sir, that's me.
Mr. Vanderhoff, the government likes to talk to you about a whole matter of income tax.
Income tax.
Mind if I sit down?
No, go right ahead.
No, it isn't Alice. It's internal something or other.
Mr. Sycamore. Oh, excuse me.
What is it, Mr. Depender?
These are things that have been going on.
Excuse us. Pardon? Is that your girlfriend?
We've written you several letters in the past, Mr. Vanderhoff, but we haven't had any reply.
That's what those letters were.
I told you they were from the government.
According to our records, Mr. Vanderhoff, you never filed any tax at all.
That's right.
Why not?
I don't believe it.
Well, you do own property, then.
Yes, sir.
And you've been receiving it from years.
Yes, I've been receiving money for years.
Up between $3,000 and $4,000.
About that.
And how many years have you been receiving it?
Well, I in 1901 is when I started receiving it.
Well, the government only served in 1949. That's when income tax started.
Well,
It seems, Mr. Vanderhoff, that you owe us 24 years back income tax.
hey, you can't go after that far.
It was outlawed. And what's your name? What difference does that make? Ever filed income tax return?
Hey, sir.
What was that state income?
$28.50, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Sweet. Now, Mr. Vanderhoff, you know, there's quite a penalty for not filing income tax.
Penalty.
Look, Anderson, let me ask you something. Let's just say I pay this money. Mind you, I don't say I'm going to pay it. But just for the sake of argument, what is the government going to do?
How do you mean?
What do I get for my money? Let's just say I go into Macy's and I want to buy something. There it is, I see it. What does the government give me?
What does the government give you? Quiet protection.
What from?
Invasion. Foreigners are like to look at everything.
Why don't they're going to do that?
Oh, they might if you don't pay your income tax. I mean, how do you think the government keeps the army and the navy and the battleships?
The last time we used battleships was in the Spanish-American War. And what did we get out of that? Cuba. And we ended up using that back. I wouldn't mind paying if we were going something sensible.
Well, what about Congress? The Supreme Court and the President kind of pay them too, don't we?
Not with my money, no, sir.
Kramer, I'm not here to argue. All I know is you owe that income tax and you got to pay it.
They got to show.
You don't have to show. I've just told you. Over buildings down in Washington, interstate commerce and the Constitution.
The Constitution was paid for long ago. And interstate commerce, what's interstate commerce anyhow?
See, there's 48 states. And the word interstate commerce, one state.
Why not? They got fences?
No, they haven't got fences. They got walls. My God, no.
Well, I might pay about $75, but that's all it's worth.
You're paying a cent just like everybody else.
Listen, I see. Listen to this one a minute.
I want to say something else. If you don't pay, you're going to jail. Say that. And if you think you're bigger than law, you got to let them come. You got to let them come. As soon as you get that, it's better off you'll be. Or you can say, "Jimmy, the United States government."
Watch out for those snakes. Oh, Jesus! How that sound to you, though? Huh? It's not your fault. Just that the whole thing is so silly.
He forgot his hat.
Say, what size is that hat?
7 and 8.
Just right for me. I say, who's at the bell way now?
This must be Mr. Kirby.
You better make sure this time.
Yes, I will. Are you Mr. Anthony Kirby, Jr.?
Yes, I am.
Well, Mr. Kirby, we've been expecting you. Come right in. Here we are. This is really Mr. Kirby, everybody. I'm Alice's mother. This is Grandpa. This is Mr. Sycamore. This is Alice's sister, Effie, and her husband, Ed Carmichael. There, now you know all of us. Now make yourself right at home. Is that Mr. Kirby, mother? Yes, it is, Alice. And he's lovely. Mother, right now. You sit down, Mr. Kirby.
Thanks. I hope I'm not keeping you from dinner.
No. Have some later.
Hey, no thanks.
How about a piece of candy?
No thanks.
I forgot to introduce Mr. DePenna. Mr. DePenna, this is Mr. Kirby.
How do you do?
Oh, wasn't that a reading about your father in the newspaper the other day? Didn't he get indicted or something?
Hardly that. He just testified before the Securities Commission. Oh.
Yes, I'm sure there was nothing crooked about it, Mr. DePenna. As a matter of fact, Mr. Kirby, Alice often told us what a lovely man your father is.
Well, I know Father couldn't get along without Alice. She knows more about the business than any of us.
You're awful young, aren't you, Mr. Kirby? You vice president of a big place like that?
Well, you know what that means, Vice President. All I have is a desk with my name on it.
Is that all? Don't you get any salary?
Well, a little, but more than I'm worth, I'm afraid.
Oh, now, you're just being modest.
Sounds kind of dull to me. Won't you know? Do you like it?
Well, the hours are short, and I haven't been there very long.
Just out of college, huh?
Well, I'm not the round person. Just sort of had fun.
What did you do? Travel?
For a while. And then I went to Cambridge for a year.
England.
That's right.
Say, what's an English professor like? Did you see any?
Oh, they're very impressive.
They are, huh?
Well, anyhow, now the fun's over, I'm facing the world.
Well, you've certainly got a good start, Mr. Kirby. Vice president and your rich father.
Well, that's hardly my fault.
So now, I suppose, you're ready to settle down and get married.
Now, Penny, I'm sure Lloyd can make up his own mind.
I wasn't making up this mind for him, was I, Mr. Kirby?
That's quite all right.
You see,
in the class. There's a face.
I practicing, Mr. Collincott.
What's the woman?
Well, Mr. Collincott, just excuse us. We're going out tonight.
You tell it? Never ever seen you look so magnificent.
Thank you, Mr. Collincott. Tony, this is Mr. Collincott, and he's Danny's teacher. Mr. Kirby.
How do you do? How do you do?
Well, Mr. Collincott, if you'll pardon us, we're going to Monte Carlo Ballet.
Monster. Carlo Ballet? It's
Yes, well, goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bob, I'm so glad to have met you all. Monster. Carlo.
Wasn't Mr. Kirby lovely? Come on, everybody. Dinner's ready.
I thought he was a nice dog, didn't you?
So good looking. Oh, and he had such nice manners. Did you notice, Paul? Did you notice his manners?
Yes, I noticed his manners. You were getting very personal with him.
Oh, now, Paul. Anyhow, he's a very nice young man.
He looks like a cousin of mine.
Boom. Diane, you left. Then you have to ballet.
They wouldn't get married here. I suppose we put the altar right where the snakes are. If Grandpa wouldn't mind, would you, Grandpa?
Not if the snakes don't.
We don't want to get married in a church. His family and everything.
Quiet, everybody, quiet. Well, sir, we've been getting along pretty good for quite a while now. We're certainly much obliged. Remember, all we ask is to just go along and be happy in our own sort of way. Of course, we all want to keep our health, but as far as everything else is concerned, we'll leave it to you. Thank you. So, the second 5-year plan was failure, eh, Collincott?
Yeah, that's all. They get right until they try the third 5-year plan.
Oh, isn't it wonderful to imagine our Alice married in Jersey? Think about it. Isn't it exciting? Yes.
I just played a wedding once on the side.
What a wonderful idea.
What do we have for dinner? I'm hungry.
Well, I just sit there every
They are, aren't they? Of course. Just walking inside any theater gives me a thrill.
Well, it's been so lovely, Tony. I hate to have it over.
Is it over? Do I have to go right away?
Not if you don't want to.
I don't.
Would you like a cold drink?
That would be wonderful.
I'll see you in the icebox. Want to come along?
I follow you to the end of the earth.
Oh, just the kitchen is enough.
Why, I like it. You've done it very simply, haven't you?
Well, we could decide whether to do Empire or Neo Greece.
So you settled for Frigidaire.
Yes, it's so easy to live with. Lucky you're not hungry, Mr. Keg, and I thought some cornflakes. That'll be a rough idea for Sycamores.
Of course. Why do they make these bottle openers for stinker midgets? I never could get all over my coat.
I'll take mine last if you don't mind.
There you are. A foaming beaker.
Anyhow, it's cold.
Now, if you please be seated, I'd like to offer a toast.
We are seated.
Miss Sycamore, to you.
Thank you, Mr. Kirby. You.
You know something?
What?
I would trade 1 minute of this evening for all the rice in China.
Really?
Cross my heart.
Is there much rice in China?
Terrific. You can read the commercial. Well, I suppose I ought to go.
Is it very late?
Very. I don't want to go.
I don't want you to.
All right, I won't. So when do you get your vacation?
Last 2 weeks in August.
I might take mine then too.
Really?
What do you think you're going to do?
I don't know. I hadn't thought much about it.
going away, do you think?
I might not. I like the city in the summertime.
I do too.
But you want to go up to Maine, don't you?
That's right. But I'm sure I would love the city in the summertime. You know what I mean, Alice. I'd love it if you were here.
Well, I'd love it if you were here, Tony.
Well, you know what you're saying, don't you?
What?
That you'd rather spend the summer with me than anyone else?
Was I?
Well, if it's true about the summer, how would you feel about the winter?
Well, I suppose I like that too.
And then there's spring and fall. If you can see your way clear about those, Miss Sycamore?
I might.
Well, that makes a whole year. We haven't forgotten anything, have we?
No.
Well then.
Alice, is that you? What time is it? Oh, excuse me, Mr. Kirby. I didn't mean to interrupt anything.
Oh, not at all, Mrs. Sycamore.
No, Mother. I just came down for a manuscript. Then you can go right ahead. Here it is. Sex takes a holiday. Well then, good night, Tony.
Good night, Mrs. Sycamore.
Oh, I think you can call me Penny now, don't you, Alice? At least I hope so. What's that? Oh, that's his father.
This time of night?
Any time of night, any time of day.
You know something? You're more beautiful, more adorable than anyone else in the whole world.
Don't, Tony.
My dear, just because your mother, all mothers are like that, and Penny's a darling. You see, I'm even calling her Penny.
It's not that. Look, Tony, this is something I should have said a long time ago, but I didn't have the courage. I let myself be swept away because I love you so.
Darling,
No, wait, Tony, I want to make this clear to you. You're in a different world than me, a whole different kind of people. I don't need money or socially, that's too silly, but your family and mine, it just wouldn't work, Tony. It just wouldn't work.
Fine, have it your way. She can't dance. That's why they pay all that money, because she can't dance.
Well, I don't call that dancing what she does. Oh, hello. How's about Alice? Doing fine, Andy.
wonderful. Hello, Ed. Hello.
Look, what do you think of it? Ed and I were just watching Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Do you think she can dance, Mr. Kirby?
Why, yes, I've always thought so.
What does she do, anyhow? Now look, Mr. Kirby, you're Fred Astaire and I'm Ginger Rogers. Essie, please. Oh, I don't want to go on for a moment. Now look, Mr. Kirby, Essie, you're just as good as Ginger Rogers we always heard. You see, Ed?
Fine, have it your way. Come, we're buddy nature.
Oh, but they've been together all evening. Good night, Mr. Kirby. Good night, Alice.
Good night, Mrs. Carmichael.
Good night. Oh, Essie, did you ask Grandpa about having a baby?
Oh, yes, we said go right ahead. You see, Tony, that's what it would be like.
Oh, I didn't mind that. And anyhow, we wouldn't be living with your family. It would just be you and I.
No, it isn't. It's never quite that. I love them, Tony. I love them deeply. Some people could break away, but I couldn't. I know they do rather strange things, but they're gay and they're fun and, I don't know, there's sort of nobility about them.
Alice, you talk as though only you can understand them. That's not true. Why, every family has curious little traits. Look at my father. He raises orchids at $10,000 full. Is that sensible? And my mother, she believes in spiritualism. That's just as bad as your mother writing plays, isn't it?
It goes deeper, Tony. Your father raised orchids because he can afford to. And your mother practices spiritualism because it's fashionable. My mother writes plays because that typewriter was delivered here 8 years ago by mistake.
What of it?
And look at Grandpa. 35 years ago, he just quit his business one day. He started up to his office in the elevator, and it came right back down again. He just stopped. He could have been a rich man. But he said it took up too much of his time. So for the past 35 years, he's done nothing but collect snakes and go to services and commencement. It never occurred to any of them.
Hello there, children.
He'd always wanted to be a policeman. So I said, you go ahead and be a policeman. If that's what you want, it's just what he is. Say, what do you think of my new hat?
Oh, yeah. It's very nice, Mr. Vanderhall.
Yeah, I like it. The government gave it to me.
I didn't know you spoke. Why, you're right. We just have fancy.
Here it is. You all know my name, do you?
No, Donald.
Did you have a nice evening?
Yes, Donald.
A nice dinner?
Yes, Donald.
Nice night?
Yes, Donald.
That's nice.
Now you see what I mean? Could you explain Donald to your father? Could you explain Grandpa? You couldn't, Tony, you couldn't. I love you, Tony, but I love them too. And it's no use. It's just no use.
There's only one thing you said that matters, that makes any sense at all. You love me.
But Tony, I know so
But darling, don't you think other people have had the same problem? Everybody's got a family.
but not like mine.
But that doesn't stop people who love each other. Won't you trust me and go on loving me and forget everything else?
How can I?
Because nothing can keep us apart. You know that. You must. And they want you to be happy, don't they?
But I couldn't ask them to change. I wouldn't want them to.
They don't have to change. They're charming, lovable people just as they are. Everything will work out. You're worrying about something that may never come up.
Tony, am I?
All that matters right now is that we love each other. That's so, isn't it?
Yes.
Well then.
Well, we did a good night's work, Mr. Lieutenant.
I'd like to watch a 500 Black Panthers, a 300 Junior Kitty Bombers, and a 30 dozen Willow Trees.
Pretty good, pretty good. Oh, hello, Alice. Did you just come in?
No, I've been home quite a while.
Did you have a nice evening?
I had a beautiful evening, Father.
Well, come here. I want you to take a look at this new red fire we just made. Mr. Lieutenant, will you hit the lights? I want Alice to get the full thing.
What, Father?
I want you to take a look at this new red fire we just made. There. Isn't it beautiful?
Yes, oh, Father, everything's beautiful. That's the most beautiful red fire in the whole world. All right, I told him you can take your own Johnny. Well, anytime you're ready, Miss Wellington, we can start to play. Just a minute, honey, just a minute. The only thing is, I hope you don't mind my mentioning this, Miss Wellington, but you don't drink while you're acting, do you? I was just asking, of course. No, I'm glad you brought that up. What a show of guys never touch a drunk. The minute I am at the stage door, the bottle gets put away. So efficient.
I've been on stage a long time.
All my life, I've been this. Ever seen that in my heart? Yes, I saw it too. Still a hot money.
You want me? Oh, when you next time, Debbie?
Oh, good. Baby, you.
That's all, Rita. She don't mean that in business.
Anytime you're ready, Miss Wellington, we can go to my room and start. I thought I'd read the play up in my room. All right, honey, I'm ready. When I see snakes and crawlers. Oh, dear, those are real, Miss Wellington. They're red hot. Those are real. Oh, dear, I hope she's not going to see Miss Wellington. Oh, dear. Oh,
She's out like a light.
There, let her sleep it off.
Hey, Mom, next time, you get passed out.
good. Do you think she'll be all right?
Yes, but I wouldn't cast her in a religious play. A word of advice, Penny. Next time you meet an actress on top of a bus, I think I'd send her to play instead of bringing her home to read.
I really wish you stopped renting. You have to take a lot of rooms around here back and find a place when your car comes.
Tom come tonight?
Oh, yeah, tomorrow night tonight, but I changed it on account of hours.
Oh, big doings around here tomorrow night, huh?
Oh, yes, isn't it exciting? You know, I'm so nervous. Do you think it was me he was engaged to? Instead of Elvis? What do you think they'll be like? His mother and father. And what are you doing now?
Hey, look at the new mask on you. Guess who it is?
Wait a minute, Ed. Don't tell me now. Helen of Troy.
It's Mrs. Roosevelt.
Oh.
You know the wonderful thing about these mechanical sets? You can make so many different things with them. I mean, last week, it was the Empire State Building.
And what is it this week? Queen Mary. Hasn't got the right hat on.
Oh, Mr. Lieutenant, would you look outside the door and see if there's a man watching the house?
Why? What for?
Well, the past few nights when I went out delivering candy, a man's been following me.
Ed, you're crazy.
I'll take a look and see.
No, man. No, kid. He's standing watching the house.
I'm going to start some lessons right now, so I'll be way ahead, Alice. Thank you. Look, Mother, I'm coming home at 3 o'clock tomorrow. You'll have everything down the cellar that's coming to the typewriter, and the snake, and the xylophone, and the printing press,
And this well.
and the Wellington. That'll give me time to arrange the table and fix the flowers.
Kirby's are certainly going to get the wrong impression of this house.
We'll do all that, will you, Mother?
Yes, Alice.
And I think we should have contact ready by 7:15, just in case they have to come a little early. I wonder if I'll let Viva cook the dinner. What do you think, Grandpa?
Alice, I was worried. From what I've seen of the boys, I'm sure the Kirby's are very nice people. And if everything isn't so elaborate tomorrow night, well, that's all right, too.
Darling, I'm not trying to impress anyone or pretend we're anything that we aren't. I just want everything to go off well.
And there's no reason at all why it shouldn't, Alice.
Why, yes. We're all going to try and do everything we can to make it a nice party.
Oh, my darling, I love you. You're the most wonderful family in the world. And I'm the happiest girl in the world. I never knew anyone could be so happy. Why, this past week has been like floating. He's so wonderful, Grandpa. Why, just seeing him, you don't know what it does to me.
Just seeing him. Just seeing him for lunch and dinner and until 4 o'clock in the morning. At 9 o'clock next morning, you're at the office, and there he is. Just seeing him, huh?
Oh, I don't care. I just love him. Reba!
Nice, isn't it? Nice to see her so happy.
Yes. I remember when I was engaged to Paul. Oh, how happy I was. And you know, I still feel that way.
Nice how Ed and Ed get along too, isn't it?
Yes, and Donald and Reba, although they're not married. Do you suppose Mr. DePena will ever find anyone, Grandma?
Well, there's always Miss Wellington.
I wish you'd wake up. If we're ever going to do this thing,
Miss Sycamore, Miss Sycamore! Look at what I found! Remember?
Why, yes, of course. It's my painting of you as a discus thrower. Look, Grandpa.
Yes, I remember. Say, you put on a few pounds, haven't you, Mr. DePena?
Isn't it very noticeable?
Well, it was a long time ago. It was just before I stopped painting. Let me see, that's around 8 years or so.
I wish you'd finish that sometime, Miss Sycamore.
Oh, I always meant to finish it, Mr. DePena. It's just that one day I began to write a play, and that was that. I never painted again.
Just as well, too. I was going to have you strip next.
My goodness, who would have ever thought that the day I came to look at the ice, I was going to stay here 8 years.
Now, the milkman was here for 5 just ahead of you.
Let's say, why did he leave anyhow?
He didn't leave. He died.
He was such a nice man. Remember the funeral, Grandpa? It was hard to get him a death certificate, though, because we never knew his name.
Well, what was the name we finally made up for him?
Morton Vanderhoff. We gave him your name.
That's right, now I remember.
It was really a lovely thought. Otherwise, he would have never gotten all those flowers.
Yes, it sure was. And it didn't hurt me any. I haven't been bothered with any mail. And I haven't had a phone call from that day to this.
Oh, yes, what a wonderful idea.
I wish you'd finish that sometime, Miss Sycamore. I'd kind of like to have it.
You know what, Mr. DePena? I'll do some work on it. Rest of the night.
Say, will you?
Sure. I don't think she's going to be waking up anyhow. Let's see. Run down to the cellar. And bring a coffee. And bring up the easel. Is it still down there?
I think it's up.
Now, where's it put my color and brushes?
Register. My register.
Yes, Mr. Caldwell. Hello, Mr. Caldwell. Effie's in the kitchen.
Let's take it all right. So tell me then, what should I do about bridge? I keep telling her she will make a great Odessa. But she laughs only.
Let's go, Mr. Caldwell. I can get up on my toes. I got corn.
Register, you could well die of it.
She's drunk, though.
She's drunk, yes. So, how are you, Kalashnikov?
Magnificent. Life is sailing around inside of me like a swirl.
It is, huh? What's new in Russia? Any new letters from your friend in Moscow?
Yes, just heard from him. I text for you the dam.
Thanks, Kalashnikov.
Yeah, they sent him to Siberia.
They have, huh? How'd you like it?
He has escaped and gone back to Moscow. He won't get them yet. They do not get him. The Soviet government. I could take the whole Soviet government and...
I'm sorry I'm late, Mr. Collins. I'll get into my dancing clothes right away.
Tonight you will really work, my Pavlova. Tonight you will take something new.
Has she making any progress, Kalashnikov?
Confidentially,
As long as she's having fun. Shows you tickle. She's in that left from her head.
yeah, a great woman. So, what do you think of the Soviet government?
What?
Ah, the straw that question. What do you think of this government?
Oh, I like it fine. I'm all thinking.
Ah, yes, sir. Do you like it?
Yes, sir. It's fine. Only thing is, you got to go down to the place every week and stand online for near half an hour. The other run things pretty nice. Don't you think, Grandpa? Government ought to stop sending me these letters. They want me to go to the United States Marshal's office Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Look at that.
They've got you, Grandpa.
Yes. They want me to pay a lot of money so that I can keep Donald here on the leave. You don't take it now? That's what they want. So I can come here instead of going to the place every week. No, Donald, I'm afraid you're going to have to waste a full half an hour of your time every week. I don't like it. Breaks up a week.
You should have been in Russia when the revolution came. They would have stood in line, a brave line. Ah, Grandpa, what they've done to Russia. Think of it. The grandmother, Olga Katrina, the cousin of the dog. She's waitress at child center, time period. And all that baked beans from there, only yesterday. It broke my heart. Crazy girl, Grandpa.
Oh, the world's not so crazy, Kalashnikov. It's the people in it. Life is kind of simple if you just relax.
But how can you relax in 5 seconds? Beans.
Well, if you relax, there wouldn't be times like these. That's just my point. Life is kind of beautiful if you just sit back and let it come to you. Problem is, people often forget that. I know I did. I used to be right in the thick of things. Fighting, and scratching, and clawing. It was a regular jungle. One day, it just kind of hit me. I wasn't having any fun.
So you did what?
Just relax. 35 years ago. That was, and I've been a happy man ever since.
Good evening, Mr. Collins.
Miss Alice, I have not seen you to present my congratulations.
Thank you.
May you be very happy and have many children. That's my praise.
That's quite a thought.
Love. Love is all that is left in the world, Grandpa.
Yes, but there's plenty of that.
And soon, Sally will take that away. I tell you.
Things again. They still look all right, don't they, Grandpa?
Yes, indeed.
Your breath of Paris, Sycamore.
Why, thank you, Mr. Collins.
I didn't know you was working for the WPA.
Well done. I used to play golf.
Yeah, we did. There's a telephone every place I went.
Nonsense, Ed. It's your imagination.
No, it isn't. Every time I go out to deliver candy.
Maybe he wants a piece of candy.
Well, that's your last grandfather. But he keeps calling me.
You do not know what following is. And the Russian everybody. I was for a Now, pirouette. Pirouette! Come, you can do that. It's 8 years now. Alors, entre chant. Then, you cannot elect the Tsar in Russia. The Tsar elected. And what happened to him?
He was too late.
If the Tsar had not elected, the Grand Duchess Olga Katerina would not be selling baby.
Mr. Kolokov!
Oh, I'm sorry, we go back to this.
Do you think you could pull in your stomach a little, Mr. DePena? That's right.
Little freedom of the hand. The whole body must work and help us with the music. The music must be crazy.
Good evening.
Are we too early?
No, not at all. Come right in. We're glad to see you.
Why, yes, only, we thought it was to be tomorrow night.
What? Oh, now it's perfectly all right. Make yourselves at home.
Oh, how could you possibly?
Oh, not at all. Why, we weren't doing a thing.
No, it's just a quiet evening at home.
Yes, that's all. Now don't let it bother you. This is Alice's mother, Mrs. Sycamore.
How do we do?
Alice's sister, Mrs. Carmichael. Mr. Carmichael. And Mr. Collincott. Oh, and Mr. DePina.
How do you do? How do you do? That's off my gosh. You gotta take
Oh, Al. Will you please tell Mr. Sycamore to come right up? Tell him Mr. and Mrs. Kirby are here.
And be sure to put his pants on.
Excuse me.
Oh, Mrs. Kirby, do sit down.
Oh, thank
I'll
you.
tell Alice that Alice, dear.
What is it?
Can you put down, dear? We have a surprise for you.
Mrs. Kirby, may I take your wrap?
Oh, thank you.
Kirby, don't be alarmed. They're perfectly harmless. And take them to the kitchen.
Oh, it's just that we're so used to having them around the house.
Oh, I'm sorry to trouble you, but the sleep hasn't been me in one of us.
Tony, I feel very uncomfortable about this. How could you possibly have done such a thing? I'm sorry, Dad. I thought that it was tonight. But Barry, you Barry.
Oh, now, anyone can get mixed up, Mr. Kirby.
Yes. Penny, how about some dinner for these folks? They've come for dinner, you know.
Oh, please, don't bother. We're really not hungry at all.
It's no bother at all. Ed! Oh, Ed! Ed, will you tell Donald to run down to the A&P and get half a dozen bottles of beer and some canned salmon? Do you like canned salmon, Mr. Kirby?
Please don't trouble Mrs. Sycamore. You see, I have a little indigestion.
Oh, I'm sorry. How about you, Mrs. Kirby? Do you like canned salmon?
Oh, I'm very fond of it.
Well, you can have frankfurters if you'd rather.
Oh, either one will do.
Well, then, Ed, make it some frankfurters, some Campbell soup, and some canned corn warmed out.
Yeah.
And tell Donald to hurry. The A&P is just around the corner, and the frankfurters don't take any time to boil.
Right on.
Hello, and this is Alice's father, Mr. Sycamore. Mr. and Mrs. Kirby. How do you do?
How do you do? upset you, my dear. We've just all met each other one night sooner, that's all.
I was planning such a nice party tomorrow night.
Well, we'll come again tomorrow night. There you are, Alice. Am I forgiven?
Well, I guess so. It's just that, well, we better see about getting you some dinner.
Oh, that sounds fun, Alice. It's all being attended to.
But, Mother, what did you say for? Mr. Kirby's suffering from indigestion. He can only eat certain.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right.
I asked him what he wanted, Alice.
Well,
It's not as serious as all that, as I have a little indigestion.
Perhaps it's not indigestion at all, Mr. Kirby. Perhaps your stomach.
Oh, really,
don't be absurd, Mr. Kollenkoff.
Yes, you mustn't mind Mr. Kolokov. He's a Russian, and Russians are often inclined to look on the dark side.
All right. I'm a Russian. But a friend of mine, a Russian, died from stomach ulcers.
Mr. Kollenkoff, really, Mr. Kirby has indigestion, and that's all.
Well, wait.
Mr. Kirby, do sit down. Make yourself comfortable.
Thank you.
Well,
So, how do you find business conditions? Are we pretty well out of this depression?
What's that? Oh, yes, I suppose, but of course it all depends.
But you figure things will keep on improving.
Broadly speaking, yes. As a matter of fact, industry is operating at about 64% full capacity. As opposed
there was the young lady from Philly. What a remarkable
That may seem a little strange to you folks, but she's really not one accountable for her actions. She's a friend of Miss Sycamore's who came for dinner and was overcome by heat.
Oh, yes. But some people feel it more than others, you know. Perhaps I bet they'll think she's all right. Excuse me, please.
It is awfully hot. You used to experience this hot weather, don't you, Mrs. Kirby? Up in Maine?
Oh, yes. As a rule, I had to come down to the tower for the flower show.
Mother wouldn't miss that for the world. That blue ribbon is the high spot for years.
I won a ribbon at a flower show once for raising onions. Remember, Alice?
That was a garden show.
Well, Miss Wellington will be all right. Has Donald come back yet?
No, we haven't.
Well, he'll be back any time now, and dinner won't take any time at all. I'm afraid you must be starved.
Oh, it's quite all right. Hello there. What's this? I didn't know there were any little children in the house.
Oh, no, that's mine.
I see. I suppose every man has his hobby, or do you use it as a model of some kind?
Oh, no, I just play with it.
You'd be better off if you had a hobby like that, Dad. Instead of racing orchids. Yes, I wouldn't be surprised.
Mr. Kirby, do have all of your orchids. You know, some of them take 6 years before they blossom, don't they?
Oh, some of them take longer than that. I've got one bulb now I've been waiting 10 years for.
Believe it or not, I've been waiting for an orchid.
And during that time, they require the most scrupulous care. I know one bulb I was very, very fond of.
Donald! Here we are. Did you get everything, Donald?
Yes, only you didn't have it, Frankfurt. So I got some pickled biscuits.
Just keep everything in the kitchen. Mr. Kirby, please tell us all about your orchids. I know they'd love to hear it, and excuse me.
Sounds like kind of expensive hobby.
Need something to relieve the daily nerve strain. After a week on Wall Street, I go nearly crazy if I didn't have something like that. Lots of men I know have yachts just for that very reason.
This may sound crazy, but one thing is quite Wall Street. How's that? Just joking, of course.
Well, I think it's necessary for everybody to have a hobby. Of course, it's more to me than just a hobby. But my great solace is spiritualism.
Spiritualism? Now, Mrs. Kirby, everybody knows that's a fake.
Well, Mrs. Sycamore, to me, spiritualism is more like, well, I would rather not discuss it.
That's right. And remember, Penny, you've got some hobbies of your own.
Yes, but not silly ones.
I don't think it really matters what the hobby is. The important thing is that you have one.
To be ideal, the hobby should improve the body as well as the mind. The Romans were great people. Why? What was the hobby? Wrestling. In wrestling, you have to think quick of the mind and act quick of the body.
Oh, come, Kalenga. I don't think wrestling is practical for most of us. I wouldn't make a very good show as a wrestler.
You could be a great. You're built for it. Look, no.
Where are my glasses?
Mr. Kirby, here they are. Oh, Mr. Kirby, they're broken.
May you wrestle again, Mr. Kirby. You will, of course, not wear glasses.
I do not intend to wrestle again, Mr. Kalenkoff. You better sit down, Father.
Mr. Kolonkov, how can you stop this? Why did somebody stop him?
I think, if you don't mind, Alice, perhaps we better be going.
Yeah.
Mrs. Kirby, please don't go. Mr. Kirby, I've ordered scrambled eggs and plain salad. Please don't go, Mrs. Kirby.
I'm sorry if I did something wrong, and I apologize.
I can't tell you how sorry I am, Mr. Kirby. If I'd been here long as the cat.
Quite all right. Of course it is, Alice. It's all right.
Well, that was exciting for a minute, wasn't it?
You were talking about your orchids, Mr. Kirby. Do you raise many different varieties?
I'm afraid I've quite forgotten about my orchids.
Mr. Kirby, I'm awfully sorry.
What did I do that was so terrible? I threw him on the floor. Penicillin.
Please, Mr. Kolonkov.
I'm sure dinner won't take any time at all now. Would you like some candy while you're waiting, Mr. Kirby?
My doctor does not permit me to eat candy.
Oh, but these are
Thank
just
you.
some coconut fudge and marshmallow.
Don't.
The salad!
Excuse me. What is it, Reba?
Please don't spill that! Make some more. Please, guys!
Set down the lamp for salt.
All right?
Tell them to hurry. I'm so sorry. There'll be a little delay. Everything will be ready in just a moment.
I certainly put you people through a lot of trouble. With all my stupidity.
Oh, not at all, Tony.
Look, why don't you all play a game of some sort while we're waiting for something like that?
Oh, that would be fine.
Mother, I don't think Mr.
I have an idea. I know a wonderful trick with a glass of water.
Molly Brown.
Oh, but this game is perfectly harmless. I'm sure Mr. and Mrs. Kirby would love it.
Please, Mother.
I'm not very good at games, Mrs. Sycamore.
gotta stop.
No! Please go on.
Where was I? What is that? Lust? Human?
Human? Really, Miriam?
Well, what I meant, Anthony, was that lust is a human emotion.
Ha! I disagree with you. Lust is not a human emotion. It's depraved.
Very well, Anthony. I'm wrong.
Really, it's the most pointless game. Suppose we play 20 questions.
No! I find this game very interesting. Please go on, Mrs. Sycamore. What was the next word?
Honeymoon?
Ah, yes. And what was Mrs. Kirby's answer?
Honeymoon? Dull.
Did you say dull?
Well, what I meant, Anthony, was that hot springs was not very gay this year. All those old people sit on a coach all afternoon and there's nothing to do at night.
That was not your reaction at the time, as I recall it. Father, this is only a game. Yes, a very illuminating game. Please go on, Mrs. Sycamore.
Oh, this one's all right, Mr. Kirby. Sex, Wall Street.
Wall Street? What do you mean by that?
I don't know, Anthony, nothing.
Well, you must have meant something. Otherwise, you wouldn't have put it down.
It was just the first thing that came into my head. That's
Oh, but it must mean something. What does it mean? Sex. Wall Street.
I don't know what it means. It's just like you're always talking about Wall Street, even when we're...
Oh,
Would you mind terribly Alexander brings me ahead of you?
Mother.
I understand, Mrs. Kirby.
Yes, perhaps we'd better postpone the dinner if you don't mind.
You're coming tomorrow night, aren't you?
No, I'm afraid we have an engagement tomorrow night.
Yes. I think we better postpone the whole affair for a little while. The hot weather and I think we'll be very ungracious. Of course we'll stay to dinner. Tonight.
I have a very bad headache.
Come, Tony. I'm sure everyone understands. Well, I don't. I think we ought to stay.
No, Tony.
What?
We were fools, Tony. Everything would work. It won't. Mr. Kirby, I will be at the office tomorrow. I won't be there at all anymore.
Alice, what are you talking about? I'm very sorry, my dear. Very sorry. Are you ready, Miriam?
Yes.
Alice, you mustn't mind this. Oh, it was very nice to have met you all.
Yes. You are ready.
Are you coming, Tony? No, Father, I'm not. I see. Your mother and I will be waiting for you at home. Good night.
Stay right where you are, everybody. Don't move.
Oh, my goodness.
How dare you? What does this mean?
What is all this?
I demand an explanation.
Now shut you. Which one is it?
Citizen!
Hey, what are you doing? What is this mean?
Grandpa, what is this?
No.
What's your name?
Edward Carmichael. I haven't done anything.
Haven't, huh?
This seems rather high-handed to me. What is this all about?
Department of Justice.
Oh, my goodness, Jane, Ann, what have you done?
I haven't done anything. What's the boy done, officer?
What's this all about? That door leads to the cellar?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Jim, take him upstairs and see if he can find. Come here, you. Have you ever seen these before?
Yeah, they're my secretary.
Princess stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Put them in the box of the candy again in people's homes. Luxury.
Yeah, but I didn't mean
You
it.
did it, huh? Dynamite the Capitol. Dynamite the White House. Dynamite the Supreme Court. God is the state. The state is God.
Yeah. Well, I didn't mean it. I just like to try John. Oh, now, officer, the government's in no danger from that. Drinking is just his hobby, that's all. They don't pretend things, you know.
God, Dad.
I have never heard such nonsense.
I refuse to stay here and be. You better let me get my pipe.
Shut up, you. We were right to you. They've got
Penny in the same cell with the stripteaser from a burlesque show.
Oh, Mr. Kirby,
Mr. Kirby and the stripteaser, they were fighting all night.
Hold on about Mr. Kirby. Anthony W. Kirby of the Kirby Company, 62 Wall Street, was among those apprehended. He used to state why he was on premises at the time of the raid, but said he was in no way interested in the manufacture of firearms. Mr. Kirby is a member of the Union Club, Variety Club, the Harvard Club, the National Geographic Society. Be sure to join him.
all those rich men of hell in the South.
Well, after all this, Miss Alice, they never
I'm sorry, it's too bad, too. Miss Alice sure loves that boy.
Don't you notice how white folks always getting themselves into trouble?
Yes, sir, I'm glad I called it.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know what I'm going to do with all the food out in the kitchen. There ain't going to be no party tonight, that's for sure.
Ain't gonna do that anyhow.
Well, I'm going to cook it, but I don't think anybody has an appetite.
I'm hungry.
Well, they ain't. They all cook broke off out of salad.
Where's she got to go away for, anyway?
I don't know, Mountain someplace, and she's going to, no matter what they say. I know Miss Alice, if she gets that look in her eye.
Too bad, ain't it?
Sure is.
Not even a balloon left.
Hug your hand, Mrs. Pennebetter.
It's all right. Is there any more olive oil left there?
It's in the salad bowl.
I bet.
Well, she's going. Nothing anybody said could change her.
Is she going to stay way long, Miss Sycamore?
I don't know, Reba. She won't say.
Sure, it's going to be lonesome around here without her.
How you feel, Miss Sycamore?
Oh, I'm all right, Donald. Just a little upset. Perhaps if I do some work, maybe I'll feel better.
Well, I won't bother you then.
She's going, Penny.
Yes?
Now, Penny.
Oh, I can't help it, Paul. Somehow I feel it's our fault.
Oh, it's mine more than yours, Penny. All these years I've just been going along enjoying myself. Well, maybe I should have been thinking more about Alice.
Don't say that, Paul. You've been a wonderful father and husband, too.
No, I haven't. Maybe if I'd gone ahead and been an architect. I don't know. It's something Alice could have been proud of. I was thinking that all last night, looking at Mr. Kirby.
But we've been so happy, Paul.
I know, but maybe it's not enough. I used to think it was, but I'm kind of all mixed up now.
What time is she going?
Pretty soon. The trading room's at 7:30.
Oh, if only she'd seen Tony. I'm so sure he could persuade
But
her.
she won't, Penny. He's been trying all day.
Where's Tony now?
I don't know. Out walking around the block again, I suppose. Anyhow, she won't see him.
Oh, maybe he can catch her as she's leaving.
But it won't help, Penny.
No, I don't suppose so. I feel so sorry. Well, Grandpa?
Now, Penny, let the girl alone.
Look, Grandpa.
Suppose she goes to the Adirondacks. She'll be back. It only takes so much Adirondacks, and then you come home.
But it's also terrible, Grandpa.
In a way, what has its bright side, too?
How do you mean?
Well, Mr. Kirby getting into that patrol wagon, for one, and the look on his face when he and Donna had to take a bath together. I'll never forget that. My life would be 100. I warned you people on attention. If I can have things like this going on.
Oh, it was even worse with Mrs. Kirby. When the matron stripped her, there was a burlesque dancer there, and she kept singing a strip song while Mrs. Kirby undressed.
I bet you Bar Harvey's going to see pretty dull with the Kirby this summer. Need any help, Alice?
No thanks, Grandpa. I'm just going to press these.
Alice, dear.
Now, Penny.
I'll bring the big bag down as soon as it's ready, Alice.
Thank you.
Would you like to take the candy along to the train, Alice?
No thanks, Effie.
Really, Alice? You could be just as alone here as you would in the mountains. And then you could stay in your room all the time.
Mother, I need to be alone for a while, away from everybody. I love you all, you know that. It's just that I need to go away for a while. I'll be all right. Father, did you phone for a cab?
No, I didn't know you wanted one.
Oh, I told Mr. DePena
not being fair. At least let me talk to you.
Where'd they go?
Upstairs.
She walked out to make it clean in.
I knocked the olive oil right out of my hand. I'm going to smell a kind of fishy. How are you feeling, Mr. DePinna? Your hand still hurting you? And now it's better.
Everything burned up, huh? Downstairs?
Everything. And my Roman costume, too. I told you there was a bright side to everything. Well, except my 23 years back income tax. I get another letter every day. I say, what do you want to do about that thing now, Grandpa? Well, I had kind of an idea yesterday. It may not work, but I'm going to try it anyhow. I say, what is it?
Good evening, everybody.
Hey, Mr. Collincott.
Forgive me, the door was open.
That's all right, Mr. Collincott.
You will excuse my coming today. I realize you are upset.
That's quite all right. I don't think I can take a lesson today, Mr. Collincott. I don't feel very up to it.
Well,
Oh, but do stay to dinner, Mr. Collincott. We have all that food out there, and somebody's got to eat it.
I'll be happy to, Madam Sycamore.
Fine.
Thank you. So, now I wonder if I know you well enough to ask of you a great favor.
Yes, what is it, Mr. Collincott?
You have heard me talk about my friend, the Grand Duchess Olga Katrina.
Yes?
She's a great woman, the Grand Duchess. Her cousin was the Tsar of Russia, and today she's waitress at Child's Restaurant, Times Square.
Yes, I know. If there's anything at all we can do, Mr. Collincott.
I tell you, the Grand Duchess Olga Katrina has not had a good meal since before the revolution.
She must be hungry.
And today, the Grand Duchess not only has a day off, Thursday, but it's also the anniversary of Peter the Great. Very remarkable, man.
Why, Mr. Collincott, if you're saying you'd like to bring the Grand Duchess here for dinner, why, we'd be honored. Oh, yeah.
In the name of the Grand Duchess, I thank you.
Oh, where is she now? I can hardly wait to meet her.
She's outside. Wait, I can bring her in.
Oh, exchange of time. Excuse me. How do I pull up my...
You know, if this keeps up, I will live to be 150.
The Grand Duchess Olga Katrina. Your Highness, permit me to present Madame Sycamore, Madame Carmichael, Answer,
Madame?
Mr. Sycamore, Mr. Carmichael, and Mr. Dipkins.
All right now, Mr. DePinna.
Will you be seated, Your Highness?
Thank you, you're most kind.
We are honored to receive you, Your Highness.
I am most happy to be here. What time is dinner?
Dinner? It'll be quite soon, Your Highness. Very soon.
I do not mean to be rude, but I must be back to the restaurant at 8 o'clock. I'm substituting for another waiter.
I will make sure you're on time, Your Highness.
Thank you.
I say, Your Highness, I think you waited on me in Child's once, the 72nd Street place.
No. That was my sister.
The Grand Duchess, not that.
I work in Times Square.
Oh, there's quite a lot of people living around here now, aren't there?
Oh, yes, men. There is my uncle, Grand Surgery. He's an elevator man to me, a very nice man. Then there is my cousin, Prince Philip. You will not speak to the rest of us because he was in Carnegie. He is in Lady Underwear.
When he was selling hot dogs at Coney Island, he was willing to talk to you.
Oh, how hard time has come. My sister Natasha, she is studying to be a manicure. And the Grand Duke Sergei, my uncle, they have promised to make him floor walker. And next month, I get transferred 6,000 times. From there, it's only a step to Stratford.
I think you've got it.
You are telling me.
Your Highness, did you know the Tsar? Personally, I mean. Of course he was the Tsar. He was my cousin.
It is a shame what happened to him, but perhaps it was for the best.
Where could he get a job now?
Bravo! That is true.
And poor relations are poor relations. It is
Highness, we have to watch the fire.
Yes, I must not forget you. The manager, he does not like it. Well, we'll hurry things up then. Essie, why don't you go into the kitchen and see if everybody needs anything? I will help too. I'm a wonderful cook.
Oh, but your highness, not on your day off.
Oh, I will not mind. Good as your kitchen. Right through here, but you're the guest of honor, your highness. But I love to cook. Come, Polakov. If there's like sour cream and hot cheese, we will make you some linen.
Ah, splendid! Count Pavlova, we saw this one.
I say, the Grand Duchess is all right. Hey, Grand Duchess, can I help?
She's got a wonderful face for a mask, hasn't she?
Yes, she's really a wonderful woman, considering she's a Grand Duchess.
Nice, isn't it? Nice what some people go through and still keep kind of gay, too.
Yes, she helped me forget about everything for a minute.
I'd better call that cab, I suppose.
No, we won't. Here they come. They took it.
Ed, will you go bring my bag down?
Don't do it, Ed.
Ed, please.
All right, Ed, bring it down. Do you know you have the stubbornest daughter of all 48 states?
That was your cab.
It is. It's certainly wonderful service.
Tony here, Alice?
Yes, he is, Mr. Kirby. Come in.
How do you do?
Good evening.
Evening.
Forgive my intruding. Tony, I want you to come home with me right away. Your mother is very upset.
Very well, Father.
Bye, Alice.
Bye,
Come on, Alice. Won't you marry me, please?
No, Tony. I know exactly what your father means, and he's right.
Mr. Kirby, I suppose after last night, you think this family is, well, kind of crazy.
I wouldn't say that. Although I'm not accustomed to going out to dinner and spending the evening in jail.
Now, you have to remember, Mr. Kirby, you did come on the wrong night. Tonight, I bet nothing would happen at all. Maybe.
It wasn't merely last night that convinced Mrs. Kirby that this engagement would be unwise.
Father, I can handle my own affairs. Alice, for the last time, will you marry me?
Tony, no. I know exactly what your father means.
Now, Alice, you're involved in this boy. And you're not marrying him because we're the kind of people we are. I know you think the two families wouldn't get along. Well, maybe they would. But who says they're right and we're wrong?
I didn't say that, Grandpa. I only
feel that Tony is way too nice a boy to wake up 20 years from now with nothing in his life but stocks and bonds. How's that? Yes, Mr. Kirby. Mixed up and unhappy the way you are.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Vanderpump. I am a very happy man.
Are you? Certainly I am. I don't think so. What do you think you get your indigestion from? Happiness? Certainly not. You get it because most of your time is spent doing things you don't want to do.
I don't do anything I don't want to do.
Yes, you do. Last night you sat in that chair and said after a week on Wall Street, you're pretty near crazy. Why do you keep on doing it?
Why do I keep on? Why, it's my business. A man can't give up his business.
Why not? You've got all the money you need. You can't take it with you.
That's very easy for you to say, Mr. Vanderpump. But I expect my entire life building up my business.
Yes, and what's it got? Same mail every morning, same deals, same meetings, same dinners at night, same indigestion. Where does the fun come in? Don't you think there ought to be something more? Certainly there must have wanted to be something more when we started out. We haven't got much time, you know, any of us.
Yes. What do you expect me to do? Live the way you do? Do nothing?
Well, I have a lot of fun. Time enough to read, talk. Isn't this see? And I don't have 6 hours of things I have to do before I get 1 hour of what I want to. And I haven't taken bicarbonate of soda in 35 years. What's the matter with that?
What's the matter with that? Suppose we all did. Fine world, everyone running off to zoos. Don't be ridiculous, Mr. Vanderhoff. Who would do the work?
There's always people who like to work. You can't stop them. Inventions and they fly the oceans. There's always people who will go down to Wall Street too, because they like it. But from what I've seen of you, Mr. Kirby, I don't think you're one of them. I think you're missing something.
I am not aware that I am missing anything.
I wasn't either till I quit. I used to go down to that office, 9 o'clock sharp, no matter how I felt. Used to lie awake nights for fear I wouldn't get that contract. Used to worry about the world, too. Got all worked up about whether Cleveland or Blaine was going to get elected president. It all seemed rather important at the time, but who cares now? What I'm trying to say, Mr. Kirby, is I've had 35 wonderful years of my life that nobody can take away from me, no matter what they do in the world. See?
Yes, I do see. And it's a very dangerous philosophy, Mr. Vanderhoff. It's un-American. And that's exactly why I'm opposed to this marriage. I don't want Tony to come under its influence.
What's the matter with it, Father?
What's the matter with it? I'll tell you what's the matter with it. It's downright communism, that's what it is.
You didn't always think so.
I most certainly did. What are you talking about?
I'll tell you what I'm talking about. You didn't always think so, because there was a time in your life when you wanted to be a trapeze artist.
Tony, don't be an idiot.
Oh, yes, you did. I came across those letters that you wrote to Grandfather. Do you remember those?
No. How dare you read those letters? How dare you?
Oh, isn't that wonderful? Did you get to wear tights, Mr. Kirby?
Certainly not. This whole thing is absurd. I was 14 years old at the time.
Yes, but at 18, you wanted to be a saxophone player, didn't you?
Tony.
And at 21, you ran away from home because Grandfather wanted you to go into business. It's all down there in black and white. You didn't always think so.
Well, well, well.
Oh, I may have had some silly notions in my youth, but thank God my father got a hold of me and knocked some sense into me. Forgot about it and went into the business.
Not altogether. There's still a saxophone in the back of your clothes closet.
There is?
Tony, we'll discuss this later.
I want to discuss this later. I want to talk about it now. I think that Mr. Vanderhoff is right. Dead right. And I'm not going back to that office anymore. I've always hated it, and I'm not going on with it. And I'll tell you something else. I didn't make a mistake last night. I brought you here on purpose.
Tony, well, for heaven's sake.
Because I wanted to wake you up. I wanted you to see a real family, as they really were. A family that loved and understood each other. You never understood me. You never had the time. Well, I'm not making your mistake. I'm clearing out.
Clearing out? What do you mean?
I mean, I'm not going to be pushed into the business just because I'm your son. I'm getting out while there's still time.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. Maybe I'll be a bricklayer. But at least I'll be doing something that I want to do.
Mr. Kirby, I think that if you listen hard enough, you can hear yourself saying the same thing to your father 25 years ago. We all did, and we were right. How many of us would be willing to settle for when we're young, what we eventually get? All those plans we make, whatever happens to those? No, it's only a handful of lucky ones that you can look back on and say we came close. So, before I clean out that closet, Mr. Kirby, I'd be sure to get in a few good hours on that saxophone.
Excuse me. Grandpa, before I make you into, how many would there be today?
Your Highness, can I present Mr. Anthony Kirby and Mr. Anthony Kirby, Jr., the Grand Duchess Olga Katrina.
How's that?
How do you do?
Pardon me, Mr. Vanderhoff. Who did you say that was?
Oh, that's the Grand Duchess of Katrina. She's cooking the dinner, you know. Oh, and speaking of dinner, Mr. Kirby, why don't you and Tony both stay?
Oh, do stay to dinner, Mr. Kirby. We have all that food that we were supposed to have last night. I mean tonight.
Why not? Looks like quite a nice dinner, and that'll give us kind of a chance to get acquainted. Why not stay?
How about it, Father? Are we staying for dinner?
If you care, Tony.
I would like to very much. Now, Alice would send away that cab, Mr. Vanderhoff.
How about it, Alice? Looks like it's going to be quite a big crowd. Don't you think you ought to stay?
I'm staying, Alice. The families ought to get to know each other, don't you think?
Mr. Kirby. Tony.
Darling.
Grandpa, you're wonderful.
I've been telling you that for years.
You're wonderful, Grandpa. Yes.
United States government again?
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Kirby?
Oh, how do you do? Why don't you step into my office, Miss Sycamore? I'd like to do a little dictating.
Oh, I better tell that Pat.
Well, well.
What is it, Grandpa?
United States government apologized.
back there. We hope that people start to get the jokes and start to understand what we're trying to do. And you guys were great. We only had you in just a couple of minutes, and it just pumped everybody up backstage to do even more than we have been doing. I just want to tell you, I'm sure Dave and I feel the same. We started this show a year ago. Dave and I sat down, started looking for some shows where we could get a lot of kids involved. And then we decided we were talking for 8 years about going over to Great Britain with a play. It's been kind of a dream of ours for years. Sometimes we just didn't know if it was ever going to happen. And all these years we've just been kind of waiting to see what was going to happen next. And it started to cook about a year ago. And it was the right piece to do. And fortunately, we had the right talent that came forth and auditioned and was so excited to be involved in this. We are most proud of what we do here on our stage, in our school, because we really do theater for you, and we really do theater for our kids to have a special experience. They are very disciplined. I'm sure you're aware. A lot of self-discipline, a big commitment. You have all kinds of baseball players, and tennis players, and honor students, and musicians. You have every kind of person up here on this stage, all chipping in and all pulling together to make something exciting happen. And for me, it's just wonderful to sit in the back after about 5 months of this and just see it take off and see our kids do such a wonderful job up here. And so we're very excited. We were shopping for costumes. Maybe about a month ago, we hit the Salvation Army with about $150 and went wild. The show's way over. We did the whole show in one afternoon. But we're sitting there, and she's tallying things up, and she turned to us and she said, that we told her, they told her about what we were doing, and she just turned to us and she said, well, you represent the United States good over there in Great Britain, will you? And you know what? We are. We're going to take the show right over across the Atlantic. We're going to perform it. We've been invited over to Upbury Manor School in southeast England. We're going to take it there. We're going to give them the best we got. And so we just appreciate you being such a supportive audience tonight, and parents, administration, staff, faculty, so many people behind the scenes that have helped us over the course of the last 5 or 6 months to make this happen on stage. So we thank you all very much. Now we're going to broadcast party for a while.